just have to. I've been a personnel manager for 40 years, both in the Army and in the county. And early on in my career, I decided that I would make the lawyers my best friends. Because when you're in personnel, that's a pretty smart thing to do. So, but through the years, sometimes I was fairly disappointed with what happened when I listened to the lawyers. Margo comes along, and I was so overjoyed with the relationship that I had when I was the county personnel director with Margo. As the personnel director, I was also the secretary of the Civil Service Commission, and so I worked very closely with Margo, and I would sit there playing the recorder. Basically, I was the secretary of the Civil Service Commission is like the secretary in the cabinet or something, but not a secretary. But in fact, that's what I was. I'd sit there and play the recorder, and I would sit here, and Margo was over here, and she had this yellow legal pad, and she'd draw a line down the middle, and she'd write stuff as the opposing attorney was talking, and I'd say, I wonder what she's writing down. What is it? And then she would stand up and say the most brilliant things, and she won every case. So I would, it's one of those things where you run into a rare individual every once in a while, and Margo was certainly one of those. And so as I was sitting over there, not thinking I would say anything, because I gotta go up, because I need this woman to know how much she meant to me as the personnel director, and how odd I was with her professionalism and